So I've been on this racket journey to find something that is a little bit more powerful, forgiving, and spin friendly than the current Extreme Tour that I'm using today. So I thought it was time that we revisit a couple rackets that I'd previously written off and try some new ones, because there's still a lot out there that I just haven't tried, and there's one racket that shocked me beyond belief. So in the last video, you guys were absolutely amazing, giving me tons of great suggestions on rackets that I need to revisit because I've discounted them, or ones that I haven't tried yet that I need to give a shot. So I went over to Courtside Sports to pick up a bunch of demos. They have an amazing selection of demos at Courtside Sports, different grip sizes and string setups to make sure that you're trying something that actually suits your needs and not just trying, 60 pounds polyester or 40 pounds nylon in the demos. So let's start off by revisiting some rackets that I've tried before and written off. The first one that I wanted to look at was the VCORE 98. I haven't actually hit this racket since I did my initial review for Courtside Sports a couple of years ago, so I thought, given some time, maybe I'm going to find my groove with the VCORE 98. Unfortunately, that just didn't happen. The same problems I was experiencing with my initial couple of hits were an inconsistent launch angle and way more depth than I was anticipating. Balls were just flying long on me throughout the hitting session, and I found that I really couldn't trust my forehand on aggressive balls. That, combined with the average or below average feel, means that this is an easy no for me, and I felt good about moving on to something else in that session. One racket that I was quite excited to try that I hadn't tried before was the Boom MP. Tennis Nerd has said such good things about this frame, and I kind of think they're unwarranted. Like, it's fine. Power, spin, stability, they're all good. The comfort was not what I was expecting. Not that I really care about comfort, but it felt a little bit more jarring than I was anticipating, coming from where Tennis Nerd said it was quite plush. I really just couldn't connect with the feel of the Boom. I didn't think it was a bad racket by any means, but I really couldn't find that connection with the feel. Something was off. I don't know if it was too brassy, not muted enough, or too muted, but I had a hard time locating where I was contacting the ball on the string bed, and it just left me feeling a little bit empty inside, and it wasn't a racket that I even wanted to pick up again after I had my first couple rallies with it. Moving on from there, I tried one of the most common suggestions in the comment section from the last video, that is the Dunlop SX 300 Tour. Now, I've actually tried the 300 Tour before, but only heavily customized version used by my good buddy Ian, who helped us film the Pure Aero history video. The thing with the 300 Tour is the weight distribution just doesn't work for my game. It's slow through the air and it doesn't quite make up with it with that much better stability or that much better plow through the court. I couldn't get that racket leg on my forehand, that wrist whip, and it was similar to the problems that I was experiencing with the 2023 Pure Aero. So once I realized that I wasn't going to be able to groove my forehand with this stick, I put it down and moved on. Now the next one was another Dunlop. It was one that I've been really excited to try because I absolutely love the feel of the CX 200 Tour, and I was hoping that would be something that could carry over to the standard CX 200, and it absolutely was. It was a racket that I really connected with instantly. Forehands, backhands, slices. I felt like I could lay on spin when I wanted to, but also could trust flat shots with absolute ease. The hitting feel was absolutely amazing too. It's got this slingshotty, rubbery, elastic feel. That kind of sounds bad, but it's not bad. It's slingshotty in the same way the auxetic rackets have been slingshotty, but it doesn't lead to unpredictability. It kind of almost feels like it's catching the ball and shooting it back out, but you don't get the sensation that the frame is flexing. It's just like you're getting an extra little cushion from the string bed, and it was really predictable, and it didn't fly or launch on me at all. I felt super dialed in. I really like this racket and would really consider switching to it, but the problem is I don't think it adds enough power and enough additional forgiveness coming from my head Extreme Tour. So I don't really think it's going to accomplish what I'm looking for with the switch, but I think that's a really good racket for people who are coming from like a VCORE Pro 97 or a Pro Staff 97. You're looking for something that's a little bit easier to use but retains like a really nice organic and plush feel. I think that's an awesome racket, possibly one of the most underrated in the market. Now, speaking of underrated, there's one racket that I've really not been nice to, especially in that 98 score inch tier list video I did where I just shat all over the Pure Drive VS. I do not get the point of this racket. It's so stupid. In other words, it's just a Babolat racket, so now it's just got the crappy Pure Drive feel with none of the extra power. That's a C tier. But that is the racket that surprised me the most today. I absolutely love this racket. I gelled with it right away. The way the weight's distributed, I could find that wrist leg on my forehand. I had plenty of stability through my backhand as well. No predictability issues. I thought, you know, a lot of these Babolat rackets with 16x19 string patterns, they tend to be launchy and I just don't find confidence with them. I found tons of confidence with this one, even though it was strong with head links, which is like a more powerful round string that I don't particularly love, but I was dialed in with this frame. Plenty of extra power on off-center shots because of the stiffness. That stiffer, firmer feel really reminded me of like older 10 years old Babolats, like the Aero Pro Drive GT and those Cortex models. Because those are the rackets I grew up using, like I don't think they have good feel, but because I grew up using them, that feel is familiar to me, so I like it. I can really locate where I hit the ball on the string bed, and I just felt so confident with this thing. It's one I'm absolutely dying to tinker with a little bit more. New one is coming out though. I think it will be out next month, sometime in January, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that pans out. I love the paint job on these new Pure Drives. The VS is going to have some red accents, which I think will look super cool as well. So I think, honestly, the Pure Drive VS come from behind winner is one of the best arguments for a racket switch that I've played with for a very long time. And I really want to spend some more time with it, but there are so many cool rackets coming out right now that I'm just not sure I can even commit to that one yet. Let me know what rackets you think I should try in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.